The humorous side of living with ADHD. 47 tabs open? Really? Welcome to the chaos. Let me begin by saying this. Living with ADHD can be challenging. It can be frustrating. It can be overwhelming. But it can also be unintentionally hilarious. And if I didn't laugh at it occasionally, I would simply stand in the kitchen holding a spoon and wondering why I'm here. Again. Welcome. Come on in, get comfy and let's sit for a while. Today we're not analysing, we're not unpacking, we're celebrating the slightly ridiculous, often chaotic, deeply human side of ADHD. Because sometimes the only appropriate response is laughter. The "why am I in this room" experience. If you live with ADHD, you know this one. You walk confidently into a room, purposefully, determined. You stop, you look around. Nothing. Your brain has closed the tab. The mission is gone. It has left the building. So you stand there pretending you're observing something, as if you meant to pause dramatically beside the cupboard. Eventually you retrace your steps like a confused detective, and suddenly, halfway back, the memory returns. Ah yes, laundry, or the tea, or the phone, which by the way is in your hand. The phone that vanishes while in use. I have searched for my phone while talking on it. I've accused the cat of hiding it. I've looked under cushions while it was in my back pocket. The worst is when you turn the house upside down only to realise it's in the fridge. I have no explanation. There is simply a moment between holding something and putting it down where reality glitches. Hyperfocus, a superpower with no on-off switch. Here's the other side. When ADHD decides something is interesting, it becomes the only thing that exists. I once researched something for 3 hours that I did not need to know. 3 hours! With notes, with tabs, with cross-references. Was the laundry done? No. Did I now understand a completely niche topic in alarming detail? Absolutely. Hyperfocus is impressive, but it is rarely pointed at the correct target. I once sat down to look for a birthday gift for my sister. 20 minutes later, I was reading an article about medieval bread making techniques. I don't know how we got there. The gift, still not ordered. But if anyone needs to know about 14th century sourdough methods, I'm ready. The "I'll just quickly" trap. There's no such thing as quickly. I will say, I'll just quickly send that email. 45 minutes later, I have reorganised a drawer, researched a completely unrelated topic, made tea, forgotten about the email. The email remains unsent, but my sock drawer is beautifully arranged. Productive? Technically. Time is a suggestion. Time, for me, is theoretical. 5 minutes can be an hour can be 5 minutes. I once sat down to quickly look something up. When I looked outside, it was dark. I had not noticed the sun leaving, and may have also forgotten to eat. It's not laziness, it's time blindness with confidence. My internal monologue is loud. ADHD often means there are several thoughts happening at once. While I'm speaking to you, my brain might also be thinking, did I reply to that message? What was that noise? Why did I say that in 2011? Should I drink water? What's for dinner? It's like a committee meeting. No agenda, no minutes taken, just lively participation. The comedy of overcommitment. ADHD optimism is powerful. When somebody asks if I can do something next week, my brain says, yes, of course. Future me is capable. Future me, however, is tired. Future me has 3 other things scheduled. Future me is wondering why past me was so enthusiastic. Past me is unavailable for questioning. Crying at advertisements. I have cried at adverts, not sad films, adverts. A dog finding its way home. Tears. An elderly couple holding hands. Devastation. A supermarket Christmas commercial. I need a moment. My emotional dial does not gently rise from 2 to 4. It goes from 3 to 9 immediately. And then just as quickly I'm fine. Someone passes me a biscuit and I recover. It's intense but brief and worth it for a biscuit. Enthusiasm that frightens people. When I'm excited about something, I'm not mildly excited. I'm fully invested. I will send voice notes, links, recommendations, possibly a small presentation. If you casually mention a topic I love, I will light up like I've been personally selected for a game show. It's joyful. It's slightly overwhelming, but it's genuine. ADHD enthusiasm is wholehearted. There's no half interest. Losing things in spectacular ways. Losing things is not a gentle inconvenience. It's an event. Keys are never just misplaced. They are dramatically absent. You search calmly at first, then with increasing urgency, then accusing inanimate objects. You lift cushions, you retrace steps, you question reality, and finally, there they are, in the first place you looked, which you swear they were not in. I cannot explain this. It feels supernatural. The 47 tabs brain. Imagine a computer with 47 tabs open. 3 are playing music, 2 are frozen, 1 is asking you to update something. That is my brain. I can be in a conversation while also planning dinner, remembering something from 2009, wondering if I locked the door, thinking about an unrelated idea that suddenly feels urgent, and somehow I still respond appropriately. Mostly. It's chaotic, yes, but it's also creative. The creativity burst. Here's the part people don't always see. Out of the chaos comes ideas, connections, patterns, creative leaps. My brain links between things that don't seem related. It spots themes. It builds stories. It dives deep into meaning. The same wiring that forgets the remote can produce something beautiful. And that part, I wouldn't trade. The all or nothing cleaning. Cleaning with ADHD is either I will tidy this one corner, or I'm now reorganising the entire house. There's no middle setting. If I begin, I may not stop. If I don't begin, I may avoid it for days. It's very dramatic, very inefficient, but occasionally impressive. Interrupting myself. I have interrupted myself mid-sentence because a new thought arrived with urgency. I will say, and then I realise, that reminds me. And off we go. The original thought may never return. It's been replaced. This is not rudeness. It's a brain that treats thoughts like urgent pop-up notifications. The out of sight, out of existence rule. If something is not visible, it does not exist. Vegetables in the bottom drawer, forgotten. Paperwork in a neat pile, invisible. A hobby I loved last month, a distant memory. This is why my house sometimes looks mid-project. Because if I tidy too efficiently, I lose the plot. Organised chaos is a survival strategy. Laughing without dismissing it. It's important to say this gently. ADHD isn't just quirky. It isn't just misplaced phones and dramatic cleaning sessions. It can be frustrating, exhausting, overwhelming. But humour helps, not to minimise it, not to pretend it's easy, but to soften it. Laughing is a form of self-compassion. For years I was hard on myself. Why can't I focus? Why am I like this? Why does everything feel either urgent or impossible? But somewhere along the way, the tone shifted. Instead of frustration, I tried curiosity. Instead of criticism, I tried humour. When I lose my keys now, I don't spiral. I say, well, this is on brand. And that small shift changes everything. Different isn't defective. ADHD brains are not broken versions of normal brains. They are wired differently. Yes, that wiring can make certain things harder. Time management, task initiation, organisation. But that same wiring also creates intensity, creativity, deep interest, emotional depth, passion. You cannot separate the challenges from the gifts. They live in the same place. The energy is real. ADHD energy can be chaotic, but it can also be magnetic. When I care about something, I care. When I commit, I commit. When I'm excited, I bring life into a room. There's something beautiful about that wholeheartedness, even if it occasionally results in 5 unfinished projects and a half-made cup of tea. The kindness I've learned. The biggest change for me hasn't been organisation systems, or timers, or colour-coded calendars. It's kindness. Kindness when I forget. Kindness when I overcommit. Kindness when I'm overwhelmed by noise or clutter or too many tabs. Because shame drains more energy than distraction ever could, and ADHD doesn't need more shame, it needs understanding. The relief of being seen. There's something deeply comforting about realising, oh, it's not just me, that other people also walk into rooms and forget why, lose things in absurd places, cry at adverts, hyperfocus on random topics, start tasks and wander away. When we laugh together, it stops feeling isolating. It starts feeling human. A gentle reality check. Yes, ADHD has real challenges, and if you're struggling, support matters. Structure helps. Compassion helps even more. But tonight, we're allowed to smile at the absurdity, to acknowledge the chaos without drowning in it, to say, this is complicated, but it's also kind of funny. If you live with ADHD, you are not careless, you are not lazy, you are not broken. You may be distracted, you may be occasionally chaotic, you may have 47 tabs open, but you are also creative, passionate, perceptive, deep feeling, alive, and sometimes very entertaining. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. May your keys be findable, may your tea remain warm long enough to drink it, and may you treat your beautifully busy brain with gentleness. Take gentle care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.